Elijah is walking down a dry and dusty road. There is no rain in the land. He is thirsty, his water bottle empty. He remembers what he said to Ahab. "As surely as the Lord, the God of Israel, lives, whom I serve, there will be neither dew nor rain in the next few years, except at my word." He continues walking. Elijah meets Ahab in the sand dunes. Ahab is surrounded by many prophets of Baal.
"Is that you, you troubler of Israel?"
"I have not made trouble for Israel, but you and your father's family have. You have abandoned the Lord's commands and have followed the Baals and the Asherahs." Elijah proposes a showdown. "I am the only one of the Lord's prophets left. Let's build 2 wooden altars. Call on the name of your God, but do not light the fire." They call on the name of Baal from morning till noon, but there was no response. No one answered, and they danced and danced around the altar they had made, but still silence. At noon, Elijah began to taunt them.
"Shout louder! Surely he's a god and can hear you. Perhaps he's thinking. Perhaps he's traveling. Maybe he's gone to the toilet. He can't hear you. Shout louder!"
But there was still no response. No one answered. No one paid any attention. Elijah called the people around him. They came to him, and he repaired the altar of the Lord, which had been torn down. Elijah took 12 stones, one for each of the tribes descended from Jacob.
"Fill 4 large jars with water and pour it over the offering and the wood."
They did it.
"Do it again. Do it a 3rd time."
At the time of sacrifice, the prophet Elijah stepped forward and prayed.
"Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known today that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant and have done all these things at your command. Answer me, Lord, answer me, so that these people will know that you, Lord, are God, and that you are turning their hearts back again."
Then the fire of the Lord fell upon the altar and burned up the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, and the soil, and also licked up the water in the trench. When all the people saw this, they fell prostrate and cried out,
"Seize the prophets of Baal! Do not let any of them get away!"
The prophets are captured. Elijah turns to Ahab.
"Go, eat and drink, for there is the sound of heavy rain."
Elijah climbed to the top of Mount Carmel with his servant, bent down to the ground, and put his face between his knees.
"Go and look towards the sea."
"There's nothing there."
"Go back."
This happened 5 more times, but the 7th time, the servant reported back.
"A crowd as small as a man's hand is rising from the sea."
The sky grows black with storm clouds. Elijah runs down the mountain. Ahab gets in his chariot to flee back to Israel, but the power of the Lord comes upon Elijah, and he races ahead of him back to the land.